Maybe this is why nobody is on this trail. This is like a creek. Hey guys, and welcome to Paynes Prairie Preserve State Park. That is quite a mouthful.
Say it 5 times fast.
So this is our first state park since we got to Florida. If you guys have been following along and know, we just got to Florida. Steph's here on assignment. We're gonna be here about 8 weeks. We're finally able to get out and do something today. So this is our first state park here in Florida.
Yeah. So far we've been in Florida for just a little bit. We have learned that it is hot.
It is.
That gators are real and everywhere.
Yes.
We're excited to actually explore a little bit. Khali is beside herself with excitement.
So if you guys do decide to visit this state park preserve, I don't know what you call it, a preserve state park?
Jams and Jellies State Park.
Just know that you can't take dogs on all trails, but we're starting on this trail, and this trail is called
Jones Gap, and we're just kind of piece together the trails that we can take Khali on. See how long we last. Well,
we're like 2 minutes in to the hike, and there's a tree down here.
all right. Hold please. Khali, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get too close. Ah! It's almost like hiking in Turkey Run. All right, rerouters. We are rerouting.
Yeah, so the trail is basically a stream the whole way, it looks like. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go a different route. This is a different trail. This is
Ocala. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. I might be channeling my inner Black Panther and saying T'Challa, but Ocala Trail looks way less wet currently.
way less wet. That's the official term for it.
I didn't pack my waders to hike in. And gators and snakes, they could be in that water. We're gonna add a couple more creatures to the list of Florida animals.
So this is cool. This right behind me is an observation tower here at this park. It's right behind the visitor center. And right to my left here, there's this huge open prairie, and I'm not sure how many acres it is, but it's gigantic. And it looks like if you're here at the right time, you can see wild horses and bison, and we actually just happened to see both of those things. There's a bison way out in the distance, and I got my telescopic lens out and was able to barely make it out.
With a little bird friend perched on his back.
But that's really cool. So if you're visiting this park, make sure you make your way over to the observation tower right behind the visitor center and check it out.
Yeah, it's just so cool. I've never been someplace where there's like a rainforest jungle on one side and an open prairie with bison and wild horses on the other. I think that's super neat.
Yeah, we had no idea, just walking down the sidewalk even, that this was here. So.
And I will say that from the visitor center all the way out here, it's a pretty short distance, but it is all paved. There's a sidewalk, and then to the lowest deck of the observation deck, there is a wheelchair ramp too. So if you have trouble walking on rough ground, you don't really like to hike, you can still make it out here. now that we're all hot and sweaty and out of shape still, I think we're going to go explore and try to find some place to eat.
Maybe there's a beer in our future.
I feel like there's always a beer in our future. Maybe.
So we got done hiking and we're in downtown Ocala now. Steph found a brewery called Big Hammock Brewing, and apparently they have Asian cuisine there.
Ramen and dumplings. I'm very excited. It might sound like a weird combo. I'll give that to you guys, like craft beer and ramen, but I'm excited.
That's two of our favorite things,
It's true.
food and beer, and especially Asian food. So it's right close to the square here in Ocala. We're gonna walk over and check it out. What tip? So thanks for tagging along with us today as we spent our first day kind of out exploring the area a little bit. We went for a hike today at
Paynes Prairie Preserve State Park.
That's a mouthful.
It's actually really cool. I think there's a lot more trails that we didn't get to do because we had Khali, but I mean, I don't know if we could have done many more trails because we're out of shape and it is very hot here.
And very wet.
A lot of the trails I think were closed. I think the one we went down was actually opened, but maybe shouldn't have been open.
Yeah, it was, I mean, inches of water along some of it. So I guess that's kind of part of it. We're new to the area, so we don't really know. I guess that's probably pretty typical.
Yeah, we just kind of rerouted where we were
that's
going.
The channel name. Anyway, so that was fun. Definitely check it out if you're in the Ocala area. There was some other stuff there. There's a couple lakes there at the park that we didn't really see.
A campground too.
And a campground. Also, we talked a little bit about the tower right behind the visitor center. The tower was really neat. It overlooks the prairie. We got a chance to see some wild horses and a bison. That was really cool.
That was cool. I never thought coming to Florida, it sounds naive, but I picture Florida as like beaches and alligators and stuff like that.
Apparently wild horses and bison too.
Also, yeah, Big Prairie Preserve.
So we went hiking and then we made our way to downtown Ocala where we checked out Big Hammock Brewing, which was really cool as well. Asian cuisine and a brewery.
Very good ramen. Very good ramen, I will say.
So I did get a chance real quick to talk to the owner. He said they're not producing their own brews at the moment, but they are getting ready to start producing them again next week. So we may have to go back. I guess.
IPAs, he said they have a really good amber, so it's right up my alley.
So like I said, we did get a chance to explore some today. We're not really sure how this assignment's gonna go just because of everything, but we're on a short contract. We're on a short 8-week contract. So we're hoping to make the best of it and try to explore a little bit.
And avoid the heat, the gators, and we have learned the mosquitoes. Last piece of advice, take bug spray on any hikes down here, which we did, fortunately.
I guess if you're hiking through a swamp, then you're more likely to get bit by some mosquitoes.
Common sense, I guess.
Whatever.
So thanks for joining us this week. Like Mike said, hopefully we'll get to explore some this assignment. It's going to be a weird one, we're not going to lie. We'll be working a lot and not be able to do a ton, but as you can see, there are some fun things to see in the area, so hopefully we'll get to see more of them.
Yes, definitely. If you guys are new here, consider subscribing and following along with our little adventure, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time.
There's so many bugs.
Okay, all right. What is it called again? Paynes Prairie Preserve.
State Park.
To Paynes Prairie State Park Preserve?
No.
Okay, just we'll do it
Paynes
again.
Prairie Preserve State Park.